Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start the show off the same way we start every show off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
How's she cotton, me loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
Okay, and we're back. That was a long intro today, Tanner.
Things happen.
Things happen. There you go. All right. So I'm really excited about our guest. I'm really excited about the conversation we're about to have. But as you guys know at home, I don't introduce my guests because they can do a better job at that than I. So on that note, can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
Sure. My name's Jennifer Ferguson.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know what I'm about. Just,
there you go.
Just enjoying life in Fort McMurray.
Well, I think that's what I have in the description, like living the North.
Yeah.
So is that's your handle on Instagram, I think.
That's yeah.
So what is it? Loving the North?
Jen in the North.
Jen in the North.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have in like the description. So
yeah.
I've been bumping into you for years now. On and off, but we've never had a conversation before.
No.
We never got a chance to sit down and talk. So when we saw each other at Dennis Neefen's gala, I was like, hey, you got to come on the show.
Yeah.
And let's have a chat. So
did I commandeer you though? I just have to because apparently I left that gala with a whole random boatload of things. I've got a tanning appointment, something about a moving company. I was hitting it hard that night. So
you sounds like you were the winner.
I just want to make sure I didn't come in hot.
No, you did not come in hot.
The producer of this show might have had a similar night to you. So don't you worry about how that.
Okay, we were playing it smooth that night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just social butterflies. That's all.
There you go.
Playing the
That's good.
crowd.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you did not. I think I came to you at the end of the night. It was closer to the end of the night. So
okay, good.
If anything, I might have come in a little bit hot as well. So
no, that's fine. As long as I didn't have to wake up the next morning and count the people I have to apologize to.
Yeah, no apologies needed. So when we were talking before the show began, I thought you have been in Fort McMurray for years. You just seem like a staple of the community. But you said you were only here for 9 years.
Yeah, but we're here actually 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really invested in this community though, because
absolutely.
I've seen you at I see you everywhere.
Yeah.
So I guess let's rewind. Where are you from?
I'm from Chilliwack, BC.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you move from Chilliwack directly here, or were you somewhere prior to?
No, we moved directly here.
Okay.
Yeah. So my husband came up here first.
Yeah.
And then I came up, I was working for the radio station down there, and they moved me up here to the station. And yeah.
So your background has been in radio for a while then?
Yeah, about 12 years.
So how did you get involved in radio?
Well, actually, my best friend at the time was the promotions and program director for the two stations in Abbotsford and Chilliwack.
Okay.
And she knew I was looking for kind of a change. And so my kids were old enough, and they needed a sales administrator. So
okay.
Yeah, so I came on board, and I just enjoyed it, every aspect of it.
All right.
Yeah.
And so then coming to Fort McMurray, see, I know nothing about many industries. So my questions might be dumb, sorry, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
So was the radio station you worked at before, was it a conglomerate? And so you could just
make a transfer? It was a Rogers station.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
there's two Rogers stations in Abbotsford, Country 107.1, Star 98.3, and then up here is Rock and Country. So they had a spot here, and they just moved me, so I was able to transition. It was awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you move up to Fort McMurray. You're working for the radio station in a sales capacity.
I was a sales admin. Yeah.
Okay, and so I don't know what that role means, but I know I saw you everywhere. I know sometimes when I came in, you were sitting at the front desk. Sometimes you weren't.
Yeah.
At different community events, you were out and about. So, what does that role entail to, really put you so face-fronting with, the community?
I think the role's a bit of everything, but also in smaller markets, the roles you cover more ground when you work in a smaller market.
Okay.
And the Valley was a small market. Obviously, Fort McMurray's a smaller market.
Right.
So you don't have as much staff.
Right.
So everybody, kind of gets a leg up and gets in there and does what they need to do, right?
Okay.
And it's a really fun environment to work in.
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore, but it was a great environment to work in,
Yeah.
and the people were amazing. So you kind of want to go above and beyond, and the community itself is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, the community is. I fell in love with it from the time we flew in on our first house hunting trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in your role, obviously, like with the time that you spent there, you could have tried different things. What about that role really engaged you instead of being like the person on the mic or another position in the organization?
I don't know. Like, I think it started off as a small role, like reception, answering phones, doing prizing, stuff like that.
Right.
And then you just kind of take on more roles and you learn more things. And then if I could take some things off of the plate of other people,
Right.
like the reps or, anything like that, and kind of learn more things as I went over the 12 years. I was taught a lot by a lot of great people in Rogers from different areas.
Yeah.
To just kind of because I like to keep busy. I don't want to sit at work and
Right.
not be busy.
Yeah.
So
And you were always super friendly. Every time I came in, like you had a big smile. You loved being there. You can't fake
I did.
that.
Yeah.
You can't fake that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was fun. I mean, what's not to love, really? When you get to go to work,
Yeah.
you get to be around people that you like.
Yeah.
And the environment's just fantastic. I don't know what's not to love.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tanner feels the same way.
Look at him.
You're correct.
Yeah. So working in a radio station, I have to ask, what kind of music do you like?
I like everything across the board. Like,
Okay.
I worked specifically at a country station in BC.
Okay.
So I don't mind. I like country.
Right.
But I mean, I like everything. I like everything from like country to like, the hips, my biggest, like, I'm a hip fan. Going
Okay.
Way back. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Are
Yeah.
you a tragic
Yeah.
fan of theirs?
Yeah. But I mean,
Okay.
I'm 49. So like I was raised through every kind of era of music, right?
Okay.
I mean, when you went from like Depeche Mode and The Cure and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it was like Motley Crue and Metallica and stuff. So it's like
Right.
kind of had the luxury of hearing. And then as soon as I graduated, it was all alternative. So I mean,
Right.
Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. So I'm a big like
Okay.
Soundgarden fan, Chris Cornell and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You really do have like
I
a
love
catalog
music.
of music that
Love
you're obviously
music.
very into.
Yeah. Always have like my whole life.
Yeah. So now when you're working at the radio station, there's so many cool things that take place in regards to like concerts that you can go to, tons of giveaways, prizes.
Yeah.
When you live in that world, do you get to go to these events sometimes?
Absolutely.
Do you get to like,
Yeah.
and not only do you get to go to the events, like how do you plan that? Are you part of like, how does the radio station get all of these things and perks and progs and whatnot?
I think it depends. We would do different, like I'm not there now, so I don't know how they still do it, but we would like rent, in like Vancouver, we'd have one of the suites because Rogers had one of the suites. So we would
Right.
host a lot of clients.
Okay.
So we would get clients from all over the Lower Mainland and we would take them to a concert and we'd have the suite. So, I was like had a few times where I would order everything for the suite and plan everything and make the guest
Okay.
list, and then I got to go enjoy things. So it's awesome.
Cool.
I've
Right.
been able to experience a lot of cool things having worked in radio.
Who do you think is the coolest like celebrity that you've got to meet?
Okay, well,
Other
There's a
than-
story for everybody that knows. She came with an entourage day, and they're all like, "Hey, there's a few
she's
stories
still in
coming."
radio,
Yeah.
I'm kind of an idiot.
Okay.
And it's
I'm not kind of. I'm totally an idiot. So
Welcome to the club.
yeah.
it's like, so when I worked in Abbotsford, Corb Lund was doing a concert.
Okay.
And I do like Corb Lund. Like, I'm like, oh, he's so handsome. And he's Corb Lund. And so he came in and I was at the front and my friend had come because we were going to go see him after.
Right.
He'd come in to go into the studio, talk to Curtis. And he walked in and my friend was sitting behind him on the couch.
Right.
And he's just so handsome. And he walked in and stared at me. And I was like, hi. I couldn't get any other words out. So I just got up. I walked down to the studio. I was like, Corb Lund's here. And then I walked back. So he went in, did his interview, came out, stared at me because he was waiting for someone to come pick him up or something.
Right.
And
No,
all I
it's-
could get out, he was like, thanks a lot. He's like, have a good night. And this is all I could say. And I shouted it, bye, Cord Blunt. Bye, Cord Blunt. Like that. Like, just, and I was like I stopped and my friend's behind me and she's like she's like, and I scared him. He backed out of the door, and then from there, they just told me I shouldn't talk to anybody else anymore.
That's hilarious.
yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah, it was like Rain Man. It was like I was like, Kmart, gotta go to Kmart. Cord one. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. And I couldn't, I don't know why. I was like, geez,
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they were like, you're not allowed within 10 feet of anyone anymore.
So
I'm like, fair enough.
Have you been like that? It was just him as a celebrity, or is that you with all celebrities?
It's probably me with all celebrities.
Okay.
I feel like it's just, I don't know. I'm not awestruck.
Yeah.
I just get dumb.
Yeah.
I can't, I've looked at I've gone to a concert and you get a lot of backstage passes.
Right.
And it was another singer and we had meet and greets because we put all of the winners through and stuff.
Right.
I'm excited to see her. And I looked at her and was like, that's a pretty blouse.
To who?
Crystal Shawanda.
Okay.
She had opened for Dierks Bentley.
Yeah.
And that's all I could say. That's what I said to her.
Yeah.
Not, hey, cool, nice to meet you. Like in my head, I'm like, play cool, Jen. Play cool. I just looked at her and was like, that's a pretty blouse. And then I just walked on. And I was like,
That's awesome.
yeah, no, I try and keep it. I don't talk to many people anymore.
Okay. Yeah. You should. You should. All right. I can't think of any more questions, so I'm going to throw it to Tanner for a second to recoup. We have a segment called the Mac City Minute. Tanner, hit her with the Mac City Minute.
All right, question number 1 for you. What is one reason that people would be surprised to find out that makes you love the North?
That they would be surprised to find out that I love the North?
Yeah.
I like the cold.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah. I love the cold. Winter's my favorite season.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It's very brisk.
You don't usually talk during my part of the
Yeah,
episode.
sorry.
What's going on
You know.
with you over there right now?
Early morning episode.
You feeling okay?
I'm feeling great.
Okay. Question number 2. What is one thing about Fort McMurray that made you fall in love?
The community. Yeah.
Question number 3. What is one thing about working with a local radio that helps you see the community?
Okay, well, I don't work there anymore, but when I did work there, it helped me to see how amazing, how beautiful this community is and how giving they are in a heartbeat. And it blows my mind every time something goes on. Yeah.
Question number 4. What has been your favorite part of seeing this community grow over the time that you've been here?
I don't have young kids anymore. My kids are growing, but I love seeing that it's becoming a family town. That like Mac Island is full of young families and people are calling it home, not just a place to fly in, fly out.
There you go.
And your final question. What is one thing that you think the community has given you that you couldn't get in any other community?
The community, the people that I've met, the people that I got to get to call my friends, this community has given me a sense of family. And I don't know how to explain it. It's not just with the people that I truly call like are my friends up here, but the sense that if you're in need, there's always someone to help you. And that someone doesn't have to be your best friend, or you know that you can reach out to someone. Mm-hmm. And I always say, because I'm like, I will at one point in my life here in Fort McMurray run out of gas somewhere because I didn't learn from evacuation.
Okay.
I drive completely unaware that I am going to not have gas at all. But I know that I will never be stuck somewhere. And it doesn't have to be someone who's like my best friend. It's just, I could call up an assortment of people who I've met who would be like, be right there for you, Jen.
Yeah.
And that to me is, like, it's just amazing. And that's what I feel like this community is.
And those have been your 5 questions.
There you go. Killed it. Crushed it. Good
Thanks.
question, Tanner.
Thanks. I
As
tried
per
my
usual.
best.
Yeah. So let's talk about winter being your favorite. Why do you
Yeah.
like winter so much?
Because I grew up in Chilliwack, we didn't have winter.
Okay.
I got a toboggan for Christmas one year and it was raining out. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. So this is extreme winter. If you had no winter to come here,
Yeah.
that's temperature shock.
Yes.
What was that like your first
Well,
year?
be from Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. We had a
Yeah.
guy from Africa. Like, remember the guy from Africa who was talking about like winter?
Yeah.
He was drastically unprepared for winter.
Yeah, I'm willing to
Really?
bet this is going to be a similar story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
no, no, I loved it. Like, I love it.
Okay.
It doesn't bother me.
Even
Yeah.
like the minus 30, minus 40.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I want to go out and run, although I don't run ever. So, I mean, I should use that. I don't know what I was doing there. I reserved my running for the summer only, Elliot. I don't run ever, like
Right.
never. But
The
I mean, if I
cold ain't
had to
stopping
outrun
you.
the police in 40 below, they'd catch me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. But no, I mean, I'm not doing much, but I like the cold.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
That's
What's
awesome.
a better place to be able to go on your back deck, lay in your hammock with a drink in your hand and watch the northern lights? I'm like,
Right.
that's something people travel all over to
That's
see.
right.
So, like, I have it right there. It's pretty awesome.
Right in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people like the cold, Elliot.
Yeah. Tanner loves, like, I love winter. It's my favorite season.
Yeah.
Like, I like to snowshoe. I like to go on the trails. I like to snowboard. Like, winter to me is awesome. Like, even just inhaling that cold winter air is
Yeah.
just beautiful. But this guy, like, I like to do it with a jacket on. Tanner will sit outside and smoke like in a hoodie and I don't know, in his jeans for like 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, man, aren't you cold? And he's like, no, man, I'm all good.
I don't own a winter jacket. I just 2 sweaters if it gets cold.
Yeah, some people are like that.
Yeah.
Mainly women going through menopause. It's
Yeah.
okay, Tanner.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like I relate heavily to women in their 50s. So it's not
That's
the first.
good.
It's
Let's go
not
for
the
lunch sometime.
Absolutely, you guys know where all the great lunch spots are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you said you don't work in the radio industry anymore. So where are you
No.
working now? Let's give them some shine.
I work at a dentist office now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that transition going for you?
I love it.
That's good.
Again, because I work with really awesome people.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's great.
That makes work so much easier.
Yeah.
Like this show, when I first started doing it, which is we're almost at our 1 year anniversary, but I didn't want to be the host of this. Like that wasn't the game plan.
Yeah.
You didn't like me at the start.
Yeah. Well, I always liked Tanner, but I didn't know if I would like him. Because like
Yeah.
coming in to work with like the same people every day, you gotta like them. And
Yeah.
I think by the first episode, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good. Second episode, I'm like, I kind of really like this. And by the third episode, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do this for
Yeah.
a while.
Remember that one time that we were having a contest to find the new host?
Yeah, I used to introduce the show like, "Hi, I'm your temporary host, Elliot Pierre." And
I don't really want to be here.
Yeah, and then by like the fourth episode, I was just like, "I'm not saying temporary anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna."
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's awesome.
It's really down to the people that like you spend the most time with, right?
Yeah.
Or
It's also down to you. You gotta
Yeah.
check your attitude every morning. If you're gonna wake up and be sour, you're gonna be sour.
yeah,
You're gonna wake up and decide like I don't know. I mean, I have my days, right?
We all
like,
do.
But
you don't
I
have
mean,
Yeah.
most days I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's pretty awesome. I
Yeah.
get to live somewhere I like to live. I've got awesome friends around me and family and a job that I like to go to. So really can't complain.
there you go.
Yeah.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap it up because that's
Yeah.
our 20 minutes.
Awesome.
So now, before we let you loose, though, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug.
Yeah.
So you got the mics on you, the cameras on you, the lights are on you. Have fun.
Okay. What am I shouting out? Just to anybody?
Anything, anybody, whatever.
Okay. Core Blonde. Come to Fort McMurray. I'll be in the front row.
Best shout out ever.
Right now he's
Listen.
like 911. Jesus, she's everywhere.
You'll get his autograph on the restraining order.
You got to make a clip out of that. Yeah. Listen, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You are more than welcome. Listen, you need to come back again and again and again. This is not your only appearance on the show.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. This one was a riot, so I hope you enjoyed it because I know I did. Hopefully, you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
I said this. That's another Mac City Morning Show done.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.